Hey, Rolling 20 fans, this is G, and I'm here to tell you today about a new sponsor for our show, Casey's Irish Pub. This is an honest-to-God Boston or Chicago-style Irish pub located in downtown Los Angeles. They serve cooked food, 11 kinds of beer, and 49 different Irish whiskeys from 3 different distilleries. What does that mean? That means if you're looking for a good drink during a Los Angeles convention, you don't have to go far. If you're headed to Los Angeles for E3, Kamikaze, Anime Expo, the Los Angeles Car Show, or one of the hundreds of events happening near the Staples Center, then a good meal and a glass of Guinness is just a short walk away. Jeremy, the loud guy who won't shut up when we do our own podcast, he actually ate there during the last Anime Expo. And he said this. Forgive me if I don't sound like the guy. I went to Casey's Pub looking for a place to bring people for a good night of food and found it when I was driving people on my way back to the Los Angeles Convention Center. We went back and I had the best steak pot pie in my life down there. My wife had a good whiskey to sip, and 8 of us had fun talking and eating in a place that looked like it belonged in a movie. Casey's just a couple of blocks from the Westin Bonaventure. That means it's close to one of Anime Expo's own shuttle stops. We're even hosting a photo shoot there during the 2014 Anime Expo. If you want more details on that, email us at mspfreight@yahoo.com. Hey, so do yourself a favor. And don't stock up on bad beer and try to mix something sitting at the desk of your hotel room. Ride the elevator, get off at the Bonaventure, and walk to Casey's Irish Pub to get some drinks by their bartenders. Make some new memories and have some fun. We want to see you there.
Hello, everybody. This is Anthony Bionis from Mission Star Podcast, and we have another edition of the Conover. Last week, if you tuned in with us, we talked about WonderCon and Jeremy and Steve's impressions about the convention. And now, while they were in Anaheim covering that convention, me and Jesse, and maybe a few others, were covering BABScon, the Brony convention in San Francisco that happened that same weekend. Jesse, how are you?
Oh, still recovering from that convention after all this time.
I know the feeling. So, funny story. This was my second year going to BABScon, but I was showing a friend of mine. That it was his first time being at that type of event. So, while I was on my way to the convention on Friday, I didn't get there till late. My friend's telling me, it's like, where are you? It's like, I'm away. Like, please hurry up. I don't know where I am. I need an adult. Oh, man, yeah. So he was, like, he didn't quite know how to take it all in. Like, he did over time, but, like, yeah. BABScon did happen. I was there for the most part all 3 days. Jesse, you were there all 3, right?
Yeah, I was there all 3 this time.
Okay. So let me ask, first impressions, or like, what was the first things you noticed that were improved upon, or that were different at this year's BABSCon than last year's?
Arrangement of all the rooms was the first thing that came to mind. A lot more streamlined. It created a lot less congestion.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember last year the VA signing area was right across the way from the dealer's hall, which caused some major problems because you're pushing everyone toward the same direction. That's like a big deal. Like again, dealer's hall and VA signing.
Mm.
They changed that and put instead of they moved the VA. Well, basically take RS Alley and VA and swap them, which was a lot better.
Agreed. I think that, because when I was there last year, like the VAs were put in a place where it was in a hallway where it can be very congested at times with the dealers hall.
Hmm.
But I feel like they kind of put them in an area where people don't know where exactly they're at. Like it's not. It's like they'll find them if they look for them, but like it isn't as easy accessible as it was this year.
Hmm. And also, another thing I noticed they changed is they actually had a listing of which VA is going to actually get to be there for signing, which was very helpful.
Mm-hmm. There was a lot of improvements that I saw at this year's BABScon than last year. I think the one thing, since we were talking about it recently, they switched the artist alleys rooms in terms of like having the VA switch with them. The I like it. It's good.
Hmm.
It gives artist alley their own room, and it's right across from the vendors hall, so it is a perfect spot to spend money.
Yes, I spent a lot of money there. That's my recovery.
Definitely. Oh my god. Oh man, it was funny too. So yeah, like what did I buy actually? Now I'm looking at it. I bought an air shot glass. It was I think it's Rainbow Dash. I got Rainbow Dash, and then I got a poster. One of the posters I got actually, it
Uh-huh.
was as I'm looking at it, it was like in the corner of the artist alley, like toward the left side when you entered.
Hmm.
Um, and it was one of those like kind of it was in the style of like the old 50s or like the old 60s type of posters like during World War II, World War One.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really dug those, and I got what was it Loose Lips Sinks Friendships.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I passed by him a couple times.
Yeah, I wanted to get maybe one or two more, but I didn't want to go over my limit.
Hmm. I think I went over mine,
what
but
what did you get?
I got another glass from the same guy I got my glass from last year. That was always cool. I got a bunch of prints, but two of my favorite things I got there. One, there was an artist there in RSL who does like crossover, prints.
Nice.
So he actually had Sonata Dusk
Mm-hmm.
dressed up as Ember McLean from Danny Phantom.
I think I might have
And I
saw that
saw that.
actually.
Yeah, I saw that. I gushed over it. I realized, wait a minute, both of the VAs are here. Tara Strong voiced Ember McLean while Mariah Hendricks did Sonata. So I bought the poster, and I'm not big on getting autographs, but I figured I had to do this.
Right,
So I
definitely.
got Tara Strong and Mariah to sign it. And
Mm-hmm.
the other thing I was impressed with was this guy who did a laser etched wood prints.
I saw those. Those are really cool. Yeah.
Dude, I wanted to promote this guy because this is so awesome, and he can
Yeah.
do more than just ponies. Because he actually etched a thing of all of his Patreons with their icons, and one of them was a picture of this Enterprise D,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a little thing, but it's like you could do a lot more with that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the one thing I have to give credit to BABScon, and then I guess for the entire Brony community, is that when it comes to like things to buy in the dealers hall,
There's no shortage.
there's no shortage, and they're all very unique to each other. Like we've been to anime conventions where like it's the same shit over and over again,
Oh yeah.
but at a Brony convention, like it is so varied on it in every different direction. I think the one thing that still surprises me is like they have a tattoo artist in the
That was
dealer's
new.
hall.
That
Is
was new.
that's new? Okay, I thought I
First
swore.
time, first time I've seen it at any kind of convention, but I don't go to as many as say like Jeremy. But it's the first time I've seen it.
Okay, I could have sworn I saw it last year, but I could be wrong. But like, yeah, that is crazy, because what I mean, like at any other convention we've been to, anime conventions we've been to, like there would be no thing like this at that
No.
convention, just because of liability issues or whatnot. And I understand, but BABScon doesn't give a fuck. They don't care. So like it's like, oh, Ed, you want a tattoo artist? Sure, it's awesome, which is fine. Like as long as every
Hmm.
safety precautions are taking place, it's all good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it's holy crap, that is crazy. You can literally get a tattoo right there at the convention. That is nuts. I love
One
that.
of the people I was bunking there was supposed to get a tattoo there, but time, money, and procrastination, forced him not to do it. And he also had to travel to Oregon when the convention was over. So,
I see. That would have
yeah.
that would have been a pain.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. The funniest part out of for me at least when I was in dealers hall, and I got other stuff in there too, but my friend was like, again, first time being there, he's freaking out. He's like, the one thing he was like admitting to me is like, dude, like they have the most awesome swag here. Like I've
Oh.
never seen so much. And like I think the shining moment is that we went to the corner of the dealers hall, like toward the back, and it was this guy who had an Oculus Rift with a pony game that he's been working on, and they have the on the laptop screen, but like my friend puts it on, and basically it's like, think of like first person view, like you're a pony in Ponyville, and you get to you're like walking around, and then he tells him push A. He does, and he's flying. He's like, "Oh shit! I need this in my life." Oh man, it was great. Oh, that was awesome moments. So getting so speaking of the voice actors a minute ago, so is it me, or like it seems like some of the voice actors they brought in is like, yes, they've had this minor role in MLP, but like they had these major roles elsewhere, like the voice actor of Goku and Vegeta were there.
Well, the thing is, they've done a handful of voices in the background. I think one of them, I think the voice for Vegeta, was actually Carrot Cake, Mr. Carrot.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think it's that, or it's the other. I don't know which one, but yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. It's because it was funny. I was reading through the guest list, and I was like, okay, wait, what? Like I was having this sudden realization, like, holy shit, you were this person in this anime. That was huge. Freaking what's her name? Kara Buckland. She was on the guest list, but she went anyways. She helped out with a panel. And she was the voice actor of Marie and Skullgirls. I was like, what? What? So yeah, I just find that interesting, and I find that cool at the same time. So that was awesome. But yeah, I think where they put them is actually a pretty good place.
Yeah.
Mhm. And then sticking in that area actually, so right across from it was something new. That was new to me. I might have been there last year, and I just couldn't find it. What did you think of the art gallery?
You know what? I did not go to that. I didn't realize that was a thing over there until after I went to the VA signing for the first time.
Yeah.
Actually, third time.
So, I checked it out. It was interesting in that it's like an art gallery. I mean, like it's nothing, it's not hard to pull off. But what I was more impressed by is that the artwork was really good. Like the first thing you walk in, you see this masterful like art piece of just like Luna versus like Celestia, and like it was like very well made, painted very well, and I was like, holy shit, it's so good. And they had different type of artworks too. They had an artwork that was like orange, able to see it through black light. There was some artwork that was kind of more 3D, three-dimensional. There was more cartoony style. The cool thing is that when you're in there, you can actually bid on these art pieces as if you're in an auction. So what you do is you would go up to the counter and say, I want to bid this amount of money for this art. And it's like, okay, sure. And the thing is, I was reading some of the prices of what was some of the bids were. I saw one, I think it was the big one I was looking at. It was like already at $2,000 on, I think, on a Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was really good. I'll admit, it's really good artwork, and as an artist, I approve of it. But like, yeah, it's crazy that some of these people are spending a huge amount of money on this, and it's both awesome and astonishing at the same time.
Yes.
Mhm. Yep. So it was cool. If they have it again, I suggest they go check it out for sure. It was very, very
Registration's open up already.
Oh right, that's right. They announced the date for next year, wasn't it? April.
Shoot.
I want to say I want to say 20. Hang on.
Hopefully, as long as it's not on Easter weekend, it should be a little better. You should be able to get more people.
Right, definitely. I'm actually gonna look at right now because I know they announced it during the closing ceremonies. Which they
22nd to the 24th.
okay. Up oh, okay, next year. Gotcha. All right.
Hmm.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Um. So, what were the things you checked out when you were there?
Actually, I spent most of my time on the hunt for the people, for some of the bronies that have YouTube channels. So there was a ton of them out there. So I was on the hunt for a lot of them.
Mm.
And we got a group picture of the analysis community. But some of the panels I went to, oh, now the only two I could think of off the top of my head was a fanfiction writing panel called Inspiration Manifestation,
Mm-hmm.
which it was very entertaining. Just even though they're dredging out what would normally be kind of like boring material, but they were very entertaining in the way they did it. It's
Mm-hmm.
basically like character creation, uh, story creation, and it talked about a lot of things that I actually took for granted already, and that I already know, but it was still entertaining to watch them go through it. And the other one I actually participated in was a bullying panel, which I kind of went in there on a whim, but it was very motivating. And I kind of take what I went through as a kid for granted because I was bullied nowhere near as badly as some of the stories I heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. If there's one thing I've learned from last year is that BABScon, when it comes to panels, have always have interesting and great panels. And for the most part, I feel like a good 67% of the convention attendees are at least in most of the panels and whatever ones they're into.
Hmm.
I can't tell you, like, there's always a line for some panel, for some things. Um, I think I'm trying to think what was it that I checked out. So a few panels I checked out when I was there. I checked out the Cosplay 101 panel, which
Is that
was
the one where I called you out on
uh,
for the Discord app, the costume?
maybe, maybe, because I was next to another Discord.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you were the guy at that point.
Yep, so I pointed you two out.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I was like, oh shit. Okay, well, okay, why not? I'm still waiting. I need to look up that panel because so here's the thing. When I was recording that panel, the camcorder's battery. For those who don't know, my camcorder battery is a little loose and a little finicky when it comes to it. So like if I move it or if I jiggle the battery power on that, it will get loose and it will turn off the camcorder when I was using it. My tail hit the tripod, and then it had to knock it kind of loose. So the part where I went up like was unrecorded, and I didn't realize until I get back into my seat or to my camcorder. So I'm hoping I can find that video of me just like standing here being awesome. But yeah, that was a pretty cool panel. I really enjoyed. I mean, some of the stuff I already knew about in terms of like um, cosplay and kind of using whatever material you had to make and other stuff that was concerned. The interesting thing is though, and this is something I think talked to my friend about too on the way home, is that because there is no like quote unquote like accurate cosplay of a pony,
Yeah,
like
there is no standard. Yeah.
there's no you can be as creative as you want to, and you can envision what you feel that character looks like, and that's cool. That's really awesome. As an artist, I love it. So
Yeah, and that's the reason why I pointed you out with that Discord, because you were playing kind of more refined Discord where the other guy was doing a more wild version of it.
yeah, yeah, like it was really cool. That panel was great. And also I had a lot of fun in terms of people were just like, there's one thing that I got the most compliments about. It's like my makeup. It's like it's the one thing I've heard a lot when I was walking around on this Discord. But yeah, what was I gonna say? What was other panels I checked out? Oh, so okay, this was I believe Saturday night. I had some drinks. I was maybe I don't know. I was pretty buzzed. I think I was. Anyways, so I went to the drunk panel that was happening at 12:30 at night, or was it 12 o'clock at night, on Saturday. The funny thing is, the person who was running the panel was like, "So we're all kind of buzzed, and three of the people that were supposed to be here not here because they're up too drunk or they're still partying upstairs." So, and it was basically just like it was her, and then eventually another person walked in that was part of the panel, and then and one of the staff people just hopped in because like why not? But yeah, like we were all kind of buzzed, and we're just asking random ass questions, and we were just having fun and just laughing.
Hmm.
Like, uh, the question came up is what happened to Scootaloo's parents? Why aren't they there? So yeah, we had some fun. And I want to say I attended other panels as well. I just can't remember the moment. Oh, the YouTube React Brony panel was the best.
Oh, ACB Racer.
Mm-hmm. Now it's funny. I've not known a single lick of what their work was or what they've done prior. So, attending this for the first time and realizing, wow, these guys are dumb but funny as shit. It was a great panel. It was really funny. I really enjoyed it. Especially since it was like done in a style of like Who's Line, which I'm always a fan
Yeah.
of. And I went back and I looked at some of the videos they did. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to watch these guys a bit more.
I try to watch. It's not my brand of humor.
Right.
I know of them, but not my brand of humor.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Those are the panels I can think of at the moment. But yeah.
I know you participate in the cosplay competition.
Oh, right. I totally forgot about that. Yeah. So thanks for reminding me. So okay. I was in the cosplay contest, and I haven't been in a cosplay contest, any contest for a while. So I did that, and I entered in the master division because of all the years of cosplay making I've been doing, it's like I feel pretty confident in my abilities. So there were some really cool cosplays that were there at the cosplay contest. My favorites out of there were the Warhammer 40K Celestia cosplay.
Yes.
That was everybody's favorite. It's like he just walked in. It's like, oh, he's gonna win it no matter what.
Emperor ain't getting that soldier back.
Yeah. His costume was really cool. I really enjoyed. I took a picture of them earlier. It's actually in the cosplay gallery. But the Chrysalis and King Sombra cosplay.
Oh yeah, I saw them.
Mm-hmm.
Those were awesome.
Yeah, I like their horns were light up. Really cool, really awesome. I like the idea of the vinyl on roller skates and like having like speakers attached to each arm. That was really cool. And it was funny. On top of that, the backpack or the thing she just went on her back was an 8-track like.
8-track?
Yeah, I kid you not. It was literally an 8-track player on her back. I was like, wow. I applaud that so hard. What was it? I had fun. I mean, like, it was really cool, and it was funny because, during like the judging, like every one of us that were in the contest were just in the middle, just mingling, we had some pictures with one another. There was two moments that just kind of I think topped it out for me during that moment. It was one, there was this guy. I love the creativity in this guy. So he's dressed up as the one of the veterans from the new generation of Star Trek.
Okay.
But he had on the Discord horns.
Oh yeah, I've seen that guy.
Yeah, so it was Discord Q or something to that nature, and that was really creative. And then we took pictures together. He was really cool. It was pretty awesome. And then second moment, so. I think part of the day, like these same kids were like talking to me, like in a sense, like they believed I was the character, and like it was really fun just kind of interacting with them.
Yeah.
It was just like one of those awe moments, and it was funny too because I was talking to one of them, and two things happened. So first off, like one of them's like the little girl tells me your beard's coming off because I was like, because like I knew it was coming off. I'm not sure how much of it was coming off, and she's like, it's coming. She noticed. I was like, oh, okay. And then the second thing was like I was just talking to them, just having fun. Like this person like wanted to take a picture of me, just like doing what I'm doing. It's just like, oh, I gotta take a picture of this because it looks like I'm trying to give like life advice to like Billies. So it was, oh man, it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's like I thoroughly enjoyed everything in terms of what I experienced at the convention.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
Honestly,
really cool.
aside from some of the swag I got, like two moments come to mind that, that happened to me there. One was Saturday night. I was really tired because Friday night I damn near dropped dead from exhaustion.
Mhm.
So I was still kind of, uh, weary on the next day, but I was ready to go to my room and hit the sack.
Mhm.
Go into the elevator. Doors open up. I look in there, and there's a Pinkie Pie plushie hanging from the ceiling of this
Okay,
elevator.
can you explain that? Cause I saw that picture. I was like, how? What?
If you actually look closely, they wedged one of the feet in between the ceiling component against the. There's a little gap between the ceiling and the wall. That's where they kind of wedged the foot there. But yeah, I just walk in there. It's like there's a Pinkie Pie hanging upside down in this elevator. Click.
Man, I don't know what have I done. I
You
am,
can actually see me in the reflection taking the picture.
man. I just, if I was there in person, I would like look at that and it's like, how exactly did they manage to do that? Unless somebody was really tall.
No, there were other people in the other when I walked in there, but yeah, I was like, it's like I'm not gonna question this.
It's a brony convention. Anything flies
And,
here.
and it's Pinkie Pie. Anything
That's
goes with
true.
her.
That's true.
But the other thing I had was Sunday morning. You know, everything is winding down. They managed to talk to some of the people I'm aware of. One guy does pony role playing. The other one is actually one of the analysts. I got to see who actually did the panel. But we just sat there talking and talking and talking. And, one of us mentioned something about food, so we actually went across the way to the diner there and just sat there for a good 45 minutes just eating breakfast and just talking.
Mm, awesome. Just you and this random person just end up just having a conversation.
No, it's someone I ran into before. I got a couple of pictures of him in a costume and just a selfie with him.
Hmm.
But he was one of the analysts I kind of follow on YouTube and
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
yeah. But the thing is, listening to them talking, and, and the subject of age came up, and all of a sudden I don't feel bad for being 34 years old because the other two guys are 35. So
Oh wow. Oh wow, that's but it's cool though. Like it's the one, and it happened to me last year too, with a random person. But everybody with at least at that convention, like everybody was very nice and very polite, and you could
mhm.
strike up any conversation for the most part. There are some exceptions for some people,
Oh yeah.
but for the most part, everybody was really friendly. I mean, like at one point, like I'm walking around and like suddenly in the middle of the floor, like everybody just starts singing, just like
Yeah.
yeah.
That's I don't know. That's always moving to hear that, even though it's a song I don't know all the lyrics to or I may not like, but
Hmm.
it's still kind of a moving thing that everyone just from every walk of life, from every age range, just stop there and start singing this song from a show.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's cool because like it's like everybody has like that connection one
hmm
way or another. Yeah, so it's really cool. Like it's definitely one thing that I really enjoyed. The one other thing I want to talk about because I feel like it is probably one of the most improvements they had since last year. So last year I checked out their gaming room and it was like one Smash setup, a couple laptops for the MMO
hmm
Brony game, and then they had one set for something else. I can't remember, but it was pretty lame. So then this year they had major improvements. They had a lot more games, a lot more space for that matter too. They had a wide range of all sorts of games, and to top it off, they had an arcade cabinet of the latest version of Fighting is Magic Fan Edition.
Yeah, I saw that. Did you see they actually had a second cabinet there was a racing game there. I think it was a Need for Speed game.
I saw that too. Yeah. So big shout outs, big improvements. That Fighting is Magic game. Just when I saw that, my friend and I were like, "Yes, we're going to be in there for a while."
Did you see the Mega Mare?
I
Uh,
my friend told me about it, and I did watch the video later on online about it. Yeah, it's basically Mega Man with Lyra, and the bosses
Yeah.
are MOP bosses.
Random villains.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But yeah, everything in that game room was from last year, very much improved. It was very well organized. And yeah, like it was great. It was awesome. It's like, yes, yes. I was even surprised to see other games that I've never seen. Like, why is Tekken and Marvel here? But it's awesome. I like that. But yeah, so let me think. Oh yeah, how was the panel I sent you to go cover the voice actors panel?
Oh, I apologize for the footage to that, people. All of you, I apologize for that. I can't say I enjoyed it because I was spending too much time manning the camera and I didn't use your tripod for it, so I can't. I had a few giggles, but I was paying more attention to it, getting the film
Mm-hmm. Right.
for that.
Nah.
Again, I greatly apologize for the poor camera work.
Right. It's fine. If anything, like, it makes you feeling better. It has like 1,000 views already, so yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It just hit 1K today, I think it was. So yeah. I think they liked their footage one way or another. But how was it overall? Like when you got there, did you also watch the episode that was being aired that morning?
You know what? I went down there to go see it, and I realized I've been to LineCon before. I'm not going to wait in line, so I ended up going through one of the usual streaming sites.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing about it, and I was talking to my friend about it too. It's like, I'm as much of a brony as anybody else, but I know, like, as a older man in his late 20s, I need my sleep. I'm not gonna wake up early in the morning to watch it. I'll watch it later on. So yeah, it was that was my mindset when it came to it. But I've heard it was really good. I heard that people really enjoyed it.
It was a very, very strong opener which delved into a certain subject matter that I never expected a kid show to do.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Without spoiling anything, I suggest anybody who hasn't seen it to go watch it. And if they have, you will know what we're talking about. All say equal signs. Let's see. Okay, so I think what really tipped this entire convention off for me, and I feel like this convention to me improved so much, shows a lot of promise for the next coming years, and in my opinion, so far, I'd say is probably a very close second to ALA for best convention of this year so far to me. But what really tipped it off, and it's smart for them to do it, is hosting an entire floor, or at least like one hallway worth, of just like room-to-room parties. Yes. BABScon knows, like, look, we know this convention is for, all ages. You have the younger kids who celebrate it. You have the older adults who celebrate it as well. Why not cater to both? So you have the room for the kids that had their own during the day, the Cheetah Crusaders room, and then they had during the night in one of the floors in the hallway a party floor. In which case, in each room that was assigned to host a party, they had for the most part free booze, and everybody was hanging out, having fun, and the cool part is that they card you at the door, so nobody will be trying to,
Yeah.
sneak in underage. So they made sure that, and like they had water in each, and I believe in each room for the most part, and like they made sure that you had water, and everybody was taken care of. Everybody had a great time. It was great. I loved it, and man, it was awesome.
You know what? Hats off to those who participate that way. I stumbled into one of those and I realized I don't drink, so I ended up having to walk away from that.
Right, definitely. So yeah, like it was really fun. Like I enjoyed. I think the most fun I had in some of the rooms. So first off, shout outs to the military bronies party room because they were really chill, and I was drinking with them, and they were really cool. And we were just shooting the shit, and just like talking, hanging out. The 4chan party was crazy. There are some shit I saw. I will not say it on this podcast, but I saw some shit. But it was fun shit at the same time, and at the same time it was weird, and at the same time it's like it kind of made me question myself a bit. The third room I really enjoyed was the oh man, what was it? The Star Trek room. The oh man, fuck, what were they called? The enemies in Star Trek that Khan was with. Goddamn.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm not that big of a Star Trek nerd.
right, definitely. I totally forgot the name. I'm sorry. It'll come to me later on. But like yeah, the Star Trek room was really cool. And the cool thing is like they had like it was very organized, and it was very themed around it too. So even the drinks were also themed around it too. So I bet the best part of it was when there was a drink called Revenge. And in Star Trek, in the Wrath of Khan, like Khan, like said, revenge is the best dish served cold. So every time somebody would get a revenge drink, the guys at the bar would yell out, and along everybody else will do it at the same time, like revenge, and revenge is the best served cold, and everybody would emphasize on the last three words of it. It was really cool. It was really awesome. I hung out with a furry. That was new.
Two of my roommates were furries.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I hang out with a zebra man, so that was interesting. But it was funny too because like as I was hanging out with him, apparently I ran into like an online celebrity that I didn't even realize it until he told me afterwards. Was like this artist who is very well known for her furry art. Was there hanging out with us. I was like, oh shit. So that was a cool moment. And then speaking of the furry room, I did go to their party. It was cool. They were another chill party. And there's one thing I really admired. Well, also got a free shot glass out of that too as well. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Although I lost mine after I left. I don't know how.
ah,
Well, yeah, that's what booze does to you sometimes. But no, the real cool thing is like in each room, like it had different like variations of like party drinks. Like I never had a pudding shot, but it was delicious. Oh man, there was this green tea Midori booze that they made. It was really good. Man, what else did I had? Oh, vodka covered gummies was delicious. It was incredible, dude. Like that was the best time I had. I mean, not well, actually, yeah, it was the best time I had during that convention. Funny short story. No, stop after this is So as I'm in I believe this was the Berry Tube room. They were having their own room, and they were showing MLP on TV. So they had this is the room where they had the pudding shot. So they gave me a shot of something I can't remember, and I put like the pudding shot like in it. They look at me like I'm crazy. It's like, you sure you're okay with that? It's like, did I fuck up? It's like, no, you're fine. You know, I take a shot. I'm alright. I'm cool. You know, but like they were looking at me. It's like, what the? Is this guy nuts? Is this guy gonna be okay? But yeah, it was great. I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. My friend of mine told me like he really enjoyed himself as well. So yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was an awesome time. Um, but yeah, I mean, the staff were great. I mean, I had no issue with any of the staff. They were all nice and awesome. Um, let's see. I'm trying to think. It wasn't. I knew it grew this year, but it wasn't. It's not getting to the point where like it's being crowded. Like,
No.
no, not yet.
Yeah, you got about maybe 500 more guests than the year before.
Hmm.
But I think that it would have been better if it didn't happen on Easter weekend.
That is true. That's very true because this was on the same weekend as Easter weekend. Also, for some odd reason, like this happened last year too. It's like that weekend is like the weekend of conventions of like in all major places.
Yeah.
Cause
Like how many conventions did Mission Start go to that weekend? Like 4?
we went to 3 at the same time.
Three? Wow.
We were at BABScon. Jeremy and Jesse were in Anaheim for WonderCon, and
Oh, Steve.
Steve, my bad. And Derek was in Sacramento covering NCR, a gaming tournament convention. So we were covering like all 3 conventions at the same time. Instagram was going nuts. We were taking pictures and videos of everything that we saw. It was crazy. But yeah, like let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else that I feel like worth talking about. I can't think of anything else. I think what they have right now is great. I think what the foundation of what they have right now, and if they build upon it, I think bodes very well for them. And I'm very impressed with what they've shown this year compared to last year. Your thoughts on it, Jesse?
It was an improvement over last year, but they still have some problems that they need to deal with to help make it, because it can be smoother. But overall, it was a great and fantastic experience. And if it's your first time going to do, it's something you're not going to forget.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, this is my second time. I'm not going to forget this one either.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna forget this one. Right now, I have them ranked pretty high in my convention best convention of the year list. Freaking was it? Like somebody from the Playboy magazine actually went and attended the convention, and he enjoyed it. Oh man. So for those who don't know, real quickly, somebody from the Playboy magazine actually attended BABScon, and as far as I know, that he is not a brony, but he wanted to check it out because it was in town, and he enjoyed himself. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he had a newfound respect for bronies. He actually initially compared it to like Trekkies way back in the day, but bronies are their own breed, as he puts it.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. There's one thing I did notice. My friend and I were talking about it on the way home. Is that the bronies, and I mean we're bronies too, but like for the most part, the bronies in as you said that convention, they were all nice and polite and the heart's in the right place, but they're awkward.
I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Hell.
I know, but well, yeah, that's true actually.
Oh, this helped me break out of my shell quite a bit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. But no, like overall, it was great. I had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of anything else to talk about, but I think that's about it in terms of like what the convention is and whatnot. So, if we're going to be there next year, I am going to try and see if I can. It all depends on a few things, but yeah, it was really fun for us, and I think that I highly suggest anybody who is thinking about going, do so, at least go once, because it was really fun. Let's see. So yeah, it's gonna do it. So Jesse, where can I find you on the internet?
Duh. Where can they find me? Well, they can get to me through Jeremy on the Rolling Twenties podcast that we all do together.
Awesome. All right, hang on a minute. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting my 20-sided die.
I got a giant 20-sided die right here.
I bought actually 20-sided die, and I got D8. I needed for my whole set for D&D when I get back into that one day. So okay, before we close down, before I do my spiel, short story. I bought a 20-sided die at the dealer's hall in the at BABScon. I'm waiting for him to ring me up, and I just kind of roll my 20-sided die on the table. Guess what I get? The very first roll on this die.
Oh, it's your 20 or a 1.
Which one do you think it is?
20.
Nope. I got a 1.
Damn.
I got a 1. Oh man, I was like, oh god, this is not good. So then I bring it home, and then like I have my brother roll it. He gets an 18. I roll it like a 4. It's like this 20-sided die does not like me. I'll roll it right now to see what I get. Oh, hang on. I got a 5. Jesus. This die does not like me, I swear to God. I will remember not to use this during D&D. Anyways, but yeah, that's my little short story about that. But yeah, so you can follow me on Twitter, personally, at Defective Naruto. You can follow the work that me and Jesse do on our website at missionstartpodcast.com. You can also follow this podcast on Stitcher and iTunes. By the time you're listening to this, it'll be a Friday. And if so, I would have uploaded the rest of the photos up, because I've been busy with school, and that's because school takes over my life half the time. But anyways, should be updated. There should be more reviews coming up this week, or in the coming weeks actually. And the next big convention for us, we're going to cover pretty soon, is it's a Fanime. So that one's going to be the next big one for most of us, and we're going to be there in attendance. We'll be all over the place, and yeah, we're going to be there in full force and jumping all sorts of awesome shit. So with that, we will see you guys